So this is the end. And I was trying to think of stuff to talk about. And when I say I was trying to think of stuff to talk about, I'm telling you, I started recording at, oh boy, 11 p.m.? It is currently after 2 a.m. And I have gone through take after take to try and figure out what the hell I want to talk about. And it hasn't gone well because I kept focusing more on the team than on the thing that I think really matters. And it just never felt quite real enough. So, I was trying to figure out maybe I should talk about the good things that happened with the Coyotes, try and end on a good note. And there were a lot of good things that I could talk about. This team is good. This team is really good. And it's only going to get better. We saw during the draft that the Utah Hockey Club went and made some moves that I think were really good. So suddenly, the good conversation, the things like the game against Vegas to just about close out the season, where they had to come back in the third period by a multitude of goals, and they did. Or the 5-game win streak against the previous 5 Stanley Cup champions. Or the prospect pool coming up. The stars developing. The dark horses coming out of the shadows. Things like that. I could talk about those, but they'd be for nothing because that's all going to Utah. So then I thought, maybe I could be angry. I could pull this guy, and I could talk about the things that didn't go so well and end on a note where we can all be angry again and put some more hatred into Alex Morello. And then I thought, what's the point in doing that? Because all that does is fuel the fire that's already been fueled into a wildfire rivaling any that happened in recent memory. I thought about it, but that wouldn't be a good thing to end on. So I want to end on this. The Arizona Coyotes, the fan base specifically, are the most loyal fans in the NHL. And it's not even close. And the reason I say that is because most, if not all of the other teams, haven't been tested on their loyalty the way that Arizona has. It's one thing to be loyal when a team is good. It's another to be loyal when the team is bad. And we've seen both sides of that. When the teams are good, people show up. When the product is good, people will put the money where it needs to be. We saw that with Florida. Florida, when they're bad, you'll know that they're bad because their arena will look barren. In Toronto, that's not exactly the case. You won't really know whether the team is good or bad if you look at the attendance because people will show up. But what about the ugly? That's where Coyotes fans excel at. That's where their loyalty has been tested time and time again. Beaten down until there's no hope. And yet they keep showing up. Get your laughs in now that there's only 6 of them. For how small the fan base truly was. And we know that Arizona, when they're good, they can have a full arena. We saw that in 2012. But it's that ugly side that shows you what the fan base is really like. And there were fans. There were people that loved the Coyotes that showed up, and it was more than 6. It was more than 100. I'd bet to say that it was over 1,000. Doesn't sound like a lot, but small can be mighty. And that's over 1,000 people, maybe less than what other teams experience on a given night. But that's 1,000 people that have been beaten down and had hope ripped away from them time and time again because these relocation rumors, the ineptitude that came from the Coyotes organization, those were common themes for a while leading up to what eventually transpired. These people, these diehard fans, went through hell and back for this team. That's loyalty. And that's loyalty that no other NHL team has experienced. So this might be the end of the Arizona Coyotes for now. But with luck, and the hope that the loyal fan base has stood on for years. New beginnings are around the corner. So at least for now, that's it. I think I will be following Utah for the next little bit. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll stick with them. Maybe the Coyotes come back and I switch back to them. I don't know what's going to happen on that front yet. We'll see. There's going to be some things that come during the summer as well. I'm not quite done. But yeah, that's it. So in the meantime, stay howling. Go Yotes fans. Thank you so much for watching.